Before we start the video, I want you to subscribe to the best Telegram channel at the first link in the description, where we show our earnings on cryptocurrencies and not only. Our capital that we manage is more than $3 million. Here you will find only the most useful. Thanks for subscribing. Also in the description is a link to verified exchangers, when you register on which, you get a welcome bonus from me. Let's get to the video. Friends, the markets can't recover from the FED meeting. The S&P 500 has lost all of its gains over the last 30 days, and Bitcoin got pinned back down to 17,000, and that trend could continue for the next year. We'll break down Jerome Powell's speech and be sure to touch on the current situation around Binance, which continues to be under attack. Is CZ holding up well? As well as other important news regarding cryptocurrency wallets and Donald Trump in this issue. The prediction that the USA discount rate would be raised by 50 basis points turned out to be true, as did my assumption that the Bitcoin price already had this event built into it. Before the meeting began, its rate had risen nicely and even jumped over the $18,000 bar. But as soon as the new rate was announced, everyone immediately came down to earth, as did Bitcoin itself. Now it's trading around the $17,000 mark, and what's next can be understood from the rhetoric of FED head Jerome Powell. So what happened? For starters, he reminded us of the FED goals, namely the inflation rate, which should be 2%. As we know, it is now just over 7%, which is still quite far from what we want. And, as Jerome Powell said, the speed of achieving the goal is not so important. The main thing is the result that they have to reach. The FED is unwavering in the path they have charted and want to see as much evidence as possible to reduce the rate of inflation. Beyond that, they are satisfied with the current unemployment rate of 3.7%, which they will turn a blind eye to until it reaches 4.6%. The FED says they are not going to lower the rate at all in 2023, and plan to raise it to 5.1%. This is higher than the market had previously expected. But nevertheless, we are already very close to it, so we can conclude that the discount rate is not going to go up much. They will raise it either very gradually in a little bit, or after 1 or 2 raises next year. They will stop this venture completely. But again, they will be watching the inflation rate and may go back to their tight monetary policy. Speaking about the cryptocurrency market, it seems like it is just waiting for the right moment when the FED will give weakness, because on the back of inflation data, there was a rise. But after Powell held a hawkish press conference, things turned around sharply. So, hoarding cryptocurrency is not an option. It's just not the right time yet. The collapse of Terra Luna, FTX, and many other big companies has already spread a huge amount of people out of the market that even speculators now have nothing to do. As we talked about in the last clip, to a large extent, the only people left are those who are slowly accumulating their capital. Nevertheless, there are still 2 very important and hard questions. And also, whether Binance will withstand a large amount of hate directed in its direction. We'll talk about that next. The media continues to put pressure on Binance, though this time not on purpose. The pressure comes from the USA Republican Senator Bill Hagerty, who stated that Binance Exchange has close ties with the Chinese authorities. This statement was made right during a hearing of the Banking Committee in USA, and it was even supported by a representative of the Democratic Party, Senator Mark Warner. In fact, such rumors had been previously circulating in the media back at the end of the summer of this year. According to one analyst, it was a black PR company for the FTX exchange. Then, Changpeng Zhao denied any connection of Binance with the Communist Party of China and recalled that he is a Canadian citizen. He also added that the exchange itself is distributed all over the world and is not Chinese, not only legally, but also culturally. At a recent congressional hearing in the USA, the negative towards Binance also sounded. But now from Kevin O'Leary with a different message. He claimed that Binance was a massive, unregulated global monopoly that put FTX out of business. This is certainly interesting rhetorical, given that he had previously claimed the loss of all the millions of dollars he got his hands on from FTX. According to O'Leary, it turns out that if CZ hadn't started the FTT sell story, FTX would have been able to continue to quietly steal customers' money and spend it both on market speculation and on its own personal needs. Nevertheless, Changpeng Zhao seems to be holding the blows. As we remember from last week's issue, the network has already started to worry about the accuracy of the audit from Mazars, the auditing company, which reported on the reserves of the Binance exchange. After that, cryptocurrency was withdrawn from the exchange in large volumes, but the exchange showed that it withstands this stress test so far. In an interview with CNBC yesterday, Changpeng Zhao said that people can withdraw 100% of the assets they have on Binance, and there would be no problem with that on any given day. He justified this by the fact that the exchange does not operate under the partial bank reserve model, where only a portion of deposits are held on a credit institution's platform. All of the users' assets are secured one-to-one, they say. Regarding the check from Mazars, he also explained himself. CZ said that a full-fledged audit was not conducted because many auditors are wary of working with cryptocurrencies, and some are simply incompetent in this area. And frankly, this explanation doesn't make us feel any better, and it doesn't tell us that everything is definitely okay. Nevertheless, I did enjoy his recent tweet. Keep building, guys. Don't get distracted. Well, we are not going to get distracted, but instead we'll closely follow all the news and events that we promptly cover in our Telegram channel. For example, Mazars refused to continue working with cryptocurrency exchanges and removed all reports, including those from Binance. But it all started so well. Anyway, the link to Cryptanic in Telegram, as usual, in the description. Let's move on to more positive news, namely about the partnership of cryptocurrency wallet Metamask with payment network PayPal. It was announced by Consensus, which is the developer of Metamask and where part of your commission goes from each transaction. Now users from the USA will be able to directly buy Ethereum coins from their PayPal account directly from the Metamask mobile app. We hope that this feature will be available for many other countries. Firstly, it's convenient, and secondly, this way the cryptocurrency mass adoption will happen faster. And by the way, the main competitor of Metamask, Trust Wallet, also tries to keep up. This wallet is actively developing and has now added the ability to exchange tokens between different networks in its application. This feature was made possible by the integration of decentralized Thorchain liquidity protocol, which essentially simplifies the work with cryptocurrency. After all, there are quite a lot of different networks now, and it is convenient when you do not need to resort to third-party services for the exchange. And, importantly, centralized exchanges. Unfortunately, the function is still only available to users of Android devices, but later it will also appear for iPhone owners. Recall that a while ago, Trust Wallet added a browser version of its wallet, which caused the TWT token price went up significantly. But of course, it grew much more after the story around the FTX exchange and the active promotion by the head of the Binance exchange Changpeng Zhao. Finally, it is impossible not to mention the interesting news from the former president of the USA, Donald Trump, who became closer to the world of crypto. He created his Polygon blockchain-based NFT collection, which has 45,000 pieces. The price was $99, and the sale includes a special raffle with prizes such as a call to Donald Trump at Zoom or 1 hour of golf together with him. It is worth noting that previously the billionaire was skeptical about cryptocurrencies, but now he seems to have realized that it is possible to profit from it, and also to have fun in this way. I hope you remember to like this episode and subscribe to the channel. After all, our videos come out regularly, and we try to tell about the most interesting and important from the world of cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, your Cryptanic.